going to GameStop, taking your video games that you love to GameStop, thinking you're gonna get some money or a store credit, and what they offer you back, you like, man, it's a slap in the face. So sometimes you go to a pawn shop, they do the same thing.
Well, Brandon, I have buyer's remorse,
Okay.
and that only happened one time with the Super Nintendo when I
Okay.
traded all my Super Nintendo games and the console
Yeah.
for $60, so I could buy a Japanese game that you had to buy another piece of play on the Sega Saturn. But all the other times I traded my games in, I wanted those trades. I thought it was fair.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't planning to save a Xbox 360s forever for some reason. Turns out I should have kept everyone.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, I think when at the moment you're not thinking about it like that, like having those consoles long term, like 20 years down the line.
I did think about long term.
Okay,
But
but
here's
you
the thing.
go
For
ahead.
decades, the secondhand market was extremely cheap, people. We talk about $1, $3.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
You always could buy your
Buy
game
it back.
back for $1 or $3.
Yeah.
Now, man, these people want $40 for used games and stuff.
Right. Right.
$13, $15, $20. And you can't
I was looking for some
afford it.
Nintendo Switch games. I was like, well, they probably ain't gonna be that cheap. Them games was $30, $40. I'm like, that them games, yeah, used games.
You see what I'm talking about?
That's how much they cost when it came out. So, you know, it just goes to show.
So I didn't have the foresight. I didn't know games and this stuff was skyrocket.
Yeah.
Right now, I got a MP3 player. I ain't throwing that bitch out. 10
What kind
years,
is
somebody a Sam SanDisk.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
You know, somebody may want that.
Yeah.
And watch the
It'd be
Good
an
Times
antique.
episode I load up there. Right now, cassettes.
Yeah.
People want that.
Do you still have your Sega Saturn? I know you were saying you had to buy another piece to play that Japanese game. What was the add-on that you had to get?
I had to take it from North Carolina, North America coding to Japanese coding.
Yeah. Okay. I know with some movies they had that same kind of stuff on there too.
Brandon, you know
the region stuff.
Yes. Yeah, when console comes out, American games and other people games. Each one is slightly different. They ain't interchangeable.
Yeah.
I don't know about now, but back then they wasn't.
Yeah. They might not be now. Do you have what's some of the old console stuff you got? You got a PSP still, you got a Sega Saturn.
You trying to figure out why are you trying to figure out everything I got, Brandon?
Maybe I want to buy something from you.
No, you ain't buying nothing. I ain't selling nothing. I got an N64.
I want that.
I should have kept the games, but I was trying to get generational wealth. Went to the thrift store, got a whole bunch of games for $5 a piece.
Ooh.
Selling them back to people online for about $50 to $60, $80 a piece.
I forgot I went to a Goodwill one time and they had N64 games. They had a bunch of different games too. And at the time I wasn't really thinking, but if I could go back in time, I would have bought all that stuff.
I got an N64. I got a Sega Saturn. I got that Dreamcast you got in the back, but I really don't got no games with it.
Didn't I get some games from you? Some Dreamcast games, allegedly.
Yeah, but see, you bought the cheapest ones you could get, Brandon.
What you mean?
Those CDs are disintegrated in storage.
Right. Right. I still got one that I played maybe a couple years ago that still work. Or maybe I did some new ones because I think, like you say, them discs don't last forever. You could try to pull it out to play something if you want to, but they start getting that erosion on them or whatever happens to CDs, but they're just not gonna play no more. So,
but the name brand disc lasts forever. So the games last with no problem. But those we talk about, they disintegrate.
Yeah.
So 360 only got one game for that because I trade those in. 64, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I think that's all I got, Brandon.
Yeah. Have you bought any physical games? Because you know, people nowadays they don't even buy physical stuff. You just download it digitally.
I've been playing the same games for the last 5 years.